booties for black girl nerds.
You know, it's Hollis. We're not in Hollis, Queens, and my mom is not cooking collard greens, but those are all great moments of my life. Thank you so much for your time.
No problem.
I'm looking at your shirt today, and I feel like is it by design? I thought about parts of the three episodes where you discussed being a rock guy and how much that influenced like your musical sensibilities, and your graphic tee game was strong. I think I saw that. I saw a Motorhead tee.
Motorhead, yeah. So Rolling Stones, AC/DC, yeah. Because rock music, I appealed to it because it had harder drums and louder guitars than funk, soul, and R&B. And since I was a comic book kid, it was like the Incredible Hulk. You know, I'm a little kid playing with my comic book and toys. And over the radio, you know, after Al Green went off, I'm hearing this Led Zeppelin drum. Boosh, gash, boosh, boosh, gash, boo. And then I'm hearing the guitar. It was like super. It was so powerful to me. So that when I came into hip hop was about keeping it real and being you. So I was like, okay, everybody's using James Brown. Everybody's using funk, jazz, and R&B. When I come in, I want to make a rock song and I'm a rap over it. It wasn't to create a genre. It wasn't to get on MTV. There was no ulterior motives. I just wanted to be a rock star, but I realized I couldn't sing as good as Elton John and Freddie Mercury. So hip hop allowed this little black kid from Queens, New York, that allowed his rock and roll dream to come true. And the reason why it gave me an extra advantage because me not being from the Bronx or Harlem or Manhattan at this time, you know, the Bronx was burning. Harlem wasn't the Renaissance Harlem it is now. Harlem was Superfly, Shaft, Fred Williamson, Foxy Brown, pimps and drug pushers and heroin. It was the whole blaxploitation era. So I'm coming into hip hop. I can't rhyme about the origins of hip hop, those scenarios. I'm coming from Queens, so I figured out if I'm going to talk about chicken and collard greens, if I'm going to talk about St. John's University and my mother and father, I need a hard beat up under me to make sure people know I'm serious. So the rock music kind of gave me advantage. Also, what it did, it took me from a realm of just being a new genre that could be labeled a fad, like a disco or like certain trends that come in music. The rock music not only inspired me to be loud and aggressive, but it also gave me an advantage of how do I live up to the expectations and responsibility of my music? When you think about rock music, you think about John Lennon being one of the greatest commercial, successfully rock and roll bands, the Beatles. But when he went solo, when he put out his record, he did a record called Imagine. And if you look at even Marvin Gaye was known as sexy soul man, but he did What's Going On. You had Curtis Mayfield. So rock music gave me a platform to deal with terms, ideas, and concepts and it allowed people to pay attention to me. Because imagine, if I would have did what I did with King of Rock and Rockbox and all these records over a disco record, it might have died the next week. But because I did it with something different, it was like, yo, what is this? And while I got you hypnotized, I can inject positivity and stuff like that.
What struck me the most, the term that popped into mind over watching the course of the three episodes was just bravery, and bravery in many forms. Bravery in as in going against the grain and doing something different. Bravery in being a smart kid who was unapologetically smart and intelligent and wore it as a badge of honor and not a disgrace, or it's not cool
right.
to be
Not ashamed of
cool.
that. Yep.
And then just even the bravery now as a grown man to share some of these corners that we haven't been privy to as music and hip hop gives you your flowers. Do you feel brave being able to share these more intimate thoughts with the wider world that we didn't know before about you and Run DMC as a whole?
No, I don't think it's bravery. It all boils down to what hip hop means. Keep it real. Who are you, DMC? Well, I'm this little Catholic school kid that wears glasses, that got teased, bullied, and picked on. And I'm also an alcoholic, suicidal, metaphysical wreck who didn't want to live, and I go through these things. So hip hop says, tell people your reality. So I realized hip hop and rock and roll, when you're making these records, you're going to deal about the trauma. You're going to deal about the circumstances, and you're going to be unapologetic about it because it's your truth. I'm not making none of this up. There's people that talk about those things that don't go through those things. And I'm not just talking from a standpoint of hip hop where, he's acting like he's a gangbanger and he's not. That's completely different. That's show business. That's an act. But there's people that will talk about something that they haven't been through just to sell the record. And then when you meet them in person, they're doing something totally different. Hip hop, one of the essence of hip hop is keep it real. I hate the term gangster rap because the so-called real gangster record is a record like Scarface's in the Ghetto Boys' mind playing tricks on me. I'm telling you, your mind, you don't need. Scarface didn't say celebrate me because I am selling drugs and killing and murder. He said at night I can't sleep because of that. Lord, show me something else. So for me, here's Darryl McDaniels. Y'all know my Adidas walked this way. Here's Darryl McDaniels who walked his way in his Adidas to tell the world how tricky it is. You celebrate me when I'm telling you things is going great. But when you ask me if things is okay, I'm going to be honest because I got to keep it real. Nah, man, I'm effed up right now. Nah, man, I'm alcoholic. Nah, man, I'm depressed. Because when I do that, the same way that I elevated you to when things is going great so you can see your greatness, you will also see, whoa, DMC, I thought he was invincible. But maybe he's just like me because, I'm struggling too. So it's more of a motivation. It's more of a tool to motivate people to do the best that they can do for themselves because your business, career, your relationships, your family ain't right if you ain't right. So my truth is, I don't drink no more. Why? Because I'm an alcoholic. This ain't no health thing. I'm not jumping on the new wave bandwagon. This is my truth. And a lot of people like to hide their truth, but hip hop, rock and roll, and the arts in general help us remove guilt and shame so we can deal with the pain.
Absolutely. Well, I thank you. I could talk to you all day, sir. I thought about what Peter Parker would do and how the Spider-Verse has gone into that, but we'll talk about that on another day.
How crazy that is. Peter Parker's life is in shambles, right? But he still rises up to be Spider-Man. That's what hip hop did for all of us.
Absolutely. Thank you, sir, for your time. I enjoyed the series very, very much. I appreciate speaking with you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Take care.
Better shake your booties for black girl nerves. Better shake your booties for black girl nerves.